Okay, so we got some breaking news here, which I'm not going to lie, I'm surprised by it. Big shout out to Gina. I was just actually with her not too long ago. But Gina Carano just posted this on Twitter. Today is an important day for me. I am filing a lawsuit against Lucasfilm and Disney. After 20 years of building my career from scratch and during the regime of former Disney CEO Bob Chapek, Lucasfilm made this statement on Twitter terminating me from The Mandalorian. This is what they said. Gina Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilm, and there are no plans for her to be in the future. Nevertheless, her social media posts denigrating people based on their cultural and religious identities are abhorrent and unacceptable. That never happened. It never happened. Never happened whatsoever. You know, we covered this a million times on this channel. That never happened. But a bunch of pearl clutchers, I don't know if you can call them that. Let's just call them liars. That's what they are. Weirdos on social media doing what they do best, trying to dramatize events. And it more so had everything to do with the fact that among their ranks in Hollywood, because the authoritarian left believes that if you are participating, let's say, in an entertainment industry that they feel that they own, well, we got to get you up out of there. Gina Carano started to be a little more vocal with where she stood on some political aspects. And that they couldn't have that. Had nothing to do with any of that of which they said. And this is what she's saying as well. Nothing could be further from the truth. The truth is I was being hunted down from everything I posted to every post I liked because I was not in line with the acceptable narrative of the time. That is a fact. My words were consistently twisted to demonize and dehumanize me as an alt-right wing extremist. It was a bullying smear campaign aimed at silencing, destroying, and making an example of me. The thing is, I never even used aggressive language. And she goes on about this stuff. If you know Gina Carano, she is an absolute sweetheart. She's one of the nicest people, I'm going to be honest with you, that I've had the pleasure of meeting. I've met with her several times, linked up with, had dinner with Gina Carano and Entourage, and just, she's an awesome, all-around awesome person. And media figures speak about her like they initially were, like she's like the devil. And on top of that, you would get, and I just did a video, did I not, on this? Well, you get people like this that's going down with this whole Vancouver Expo thing. And you had these cosplayers, or this one cosplayer in particular that was saying all these things. And I said, go ask them. All these people that parrot this narrative, go ask them. Ask them what exactly she said that they had an issue with. And I can bet the house that they don't know. It's a narrative that they were told. But as far as when we're talking about factual information, they have no idea. Were my questions about masks, lockdowns, and forced vaccinations okay to ask and push the subject into light? Should we have been allowed to publicly discuss those topics at the time without being harassed and censored? Absolutely. And look, she has coworkers that have had no issues putting, one of the coworkers, flat out conflated half of the voting population with Nazis. It's okay. They're them. A couple months ago, Elon Musk tweeted that if you had been fired from using the platform for exercising your right to free speech, he would like to offer these people legal representation. To my surprise, a few months ago, I received an email from a lawyer who had been hired by X to look into her story. I would like to express my deepest gratitude and thank you to Elon Musk and X for giving me an opportunity to bring my case to light. As for me, I would love to pick up where I left off and continue my journey. And look, let's just be completely honest. I'm not sure. And look, this is legal stuff. I've been there. I don't know what exactly this is going to be. Wrongful termination. I'm not sure of that. Maybe it is more along the lines of like defamation, slander, whatever, especially considering that she quoted this right here. And again, this is false information, but you have someone that's that massive saying things like that. It has its issues because she was absolutely canceled. There was no way that anyone in Hollywood was going to go anywhere near her. And if you want to make the argument that she lost out on a lot of money because of these lies, that argument can easily be made. Because the problem is that this stuff, when it comes to putting false information out there, they're not as quick to the trigger, and they're not as amped up to like retract that information. This is what you deal with. She's dealt with it to a degree that probably nobody else in recently has dealt with it, because it was such a mass thing where you saw they pulled all the cards that they possibly could to get rid of her out of the entire industry. They did everything that they could, and you can make the argument that they were successful. I believe some blessings came of that to Gina. She made the most of the situation. She's done some other movies. She's also been able to, it shows when she does these events, the draw is still there. They still love her. So they were unsuccessful there. However, yes, that information gets widespread, and especially with normies, they just believe it. And that's the unfortunate thing about people not doing their research with these false narratives that get conjured up. So I don't know what exactly is going to come of this. Of course, it was worth highlighting, but we'll see what's going to happen. It's going to be very, very interesting, to say the least. And again, big shout out to Gina Carano. Thanks for watching. Be sure to head over to Rippaverse.com to check out our comic book company. We have books, plenty of merchandise, and even some glorious animations from Rippaverse Studios. Next up, possibly our most anticipated book thus far, Yaira.